right? So going back to this analogy of someone in a church not in their right role. Well, if no one is saying anything, then the masculine's gone, right? If there's no one.
So you should step up, and
Mhm.
then you're helping that man recognize this purpose, the sense of purpose, the sense of calling,
Yep.
and then to step in and then create these actions. So I'm assuming it would have some form of, it would be some form of discipline or habit that
Yep.
you would have to do daily. So what are some of those discipline or steps or even habits that you would advise someone to take
Yeah.
on maybe a daily basis? You could go weekly as well, even monthly. You can go with any timeline that you see that. But is or maybe is there a difference in how you see your clients?
I think at a minimum, if we want to know what God's voice sounds like, we have to read the word in whatever way, shape, or form that is. If you want to read the verse of the day, if you want to dive into a chapter a day, if you want to become a theological scholar, I don't give a hoot, man. But we have to know, is what I'm hearing, is what I'm seeing, is what I'm experiencing. How do I know if that's from God? You got to go to God's word. We have to be in God's word to know if what we're hearing is actually him, right? So I absolutely think it needs to be daily, because without any sort of daily repetition, things can get lost, right? There's a term out in the psychology world called psychological entropy, meaning if we don't have like if we don't have a structured forward thinking plan, then our minds will naturally wander, which again is not a bad thing. But when our minds wander, then the enemy can come
Action
in.
follows as well.
Yep. Then
Okay.
then anxiety can come in. Then fantasy can come in. Then
Yeah, there was a saying
catastrophizing
that
things can
said
come in.
idle hands are of the devil. In order,
Exactly, man. Exactly. So this is why it's so crucial that we take this beautiful supercomputer chip of a brain, of a mind that God blessed us with, and say, okay, well, what am I going to do to give me the path? What is the destination? Where is it that God is wanting me to walk? And just take those steps. And if it's the right or wrong ones, it doesn't really matter. At a minimum, we're just avoiding falling into the purgatory of the mind wandering, right? Because that's where the sin can come in.
so you're
So
saying that the purpose eventually can change. So it's not necessarily someone who thinks they're going to become a doctor. They go through, and I'm picking doctor because it takes years of schooling to achieve. And during those years of schooling, someone just has this sense of purpose. And what I'm hearing is that that sense of purpose can shift.
yep.
There might be a change in purpose in your why, and that shifts maybe not the ultimate goal, but the direction. It changes it to get to the next or to the ultimate goal.
Yeah, absolutely.